When was the last time you felt truly seen? I'm not asking when was the last time someone looked at you. I'm not asking when was the last time someone listened to your words. I am asking, when was the last time you felt someone's presence, someone's silence, and in that silence, you felt every wall you've ever built just dissolve? When was the last time you were in a room with someone, and you didn't have to perform? You didn't have to be the funny one, or the smart one, or the strong one. You could just be. And it was enough. Think about that person. Maybe it was a grandparent, a teacher, a friend you lost touch with. Or maybe it was a stranger you met for only 10 minutes, and yet they left a mark on your soul that years of other relationships haven't. Why are these people so rare? And a more terrifying question, why doesn't it feel like you are one of them? We live in the noisiest world in human history. We are constantly connected, constantly scrolling, constantly talking. We have hundreds, maybe thousands of friends online. We are bombarded by messages, opinions, advice, and judgment, 24 hours a day. And yet, we are starving. We are starving for one, single, real interaction. You know the feeling. It's that deep, hollow ache in your chest. It's the loneliness you feel in a crowded room. It's the exhaustion that hits you at the end of the day, not from physical work, but from the crushing weight of your own performance. It's the burden of the mask. You wear it every single day. You have a mask for work, the one that is professional, efficient, and agrees with the boss. You have a mask for your family, the one that is dependable, strong, and never shows weakness. You have a mask for your friends, the one that is fun, easygoing, and never a burden. You have so many masks, you're starting to forget which one is the real you. Late at night, when the house is quiet and the blue light from your phone is the only light in the room, that's when the thought creeps in. Who am I, really? If I took off all the masks, would anyone even be left underneath? Or worse, if they saw what was underneath, would they run? This is the wound. This is the secret pain that so many of us carry. We are desperate to be known, and terrified of being seen. We crave connection, but we build fortresses to keep people out. And the world, in its infinite wisdom, gives us all the wrong solutions. You feel lonely. You feel unseen. The world tells you to be louder. Be more interesting. Post more. Get a better job. Buy a nicer car. Get in better shape. Learn hacks to be more charismatic. Learn the 7 ways to win friends and influence people. So you try. Oh, how you try. You curate your life online, posting only the highlights, hoping that likes will fill that hollow space. But they don't. Each like feels like a validation of the mask, not of you. It only makes the gap wider. You try to be more charismatic. You learn the techniques. You mirror people's body language. You remember their names. You become a fantastic performer. People say, you're so easy to talk to. But they aren't talking to you. They are talking to the script you memorized. And you go home feeling emptier than before, because you just spent 3 hours being a complete and total fraud. You try to fix yourself. You read every self-help book. You try to meditate away your anxiety. You try to journal away your sadness. You try to manifest a better life. You become a project of self-improvement. But all this fixing is just another form of judgment. It's you telling yourself, the real me is broken. The real me is not good enough. I must replace him, or her, with a better version. And these false solutions, they only make the wound deeper. They confirm your darkest fear, that your authentic self is fundamentally unlovable. That you need the masks to survive. You end up exhausted, cynical, and more alone than ever. You look at the world and everyone seems to be playing a game you don't understand. A game of noise, performance, and posturing. And you are so tired of playing. You find yourself thinking about that rare person again, the one who touched you so deeply, even in their silence. They weren't playing any games. They weren't loud. They weren't trying to impress you. They didn't offer you 5 tips to fix your life. They didn't judge you. They didn't even say much at all. So what was it? What was their secret? What if the secret isn't a secret at all? What if the problem isn't you? What if the problem is the gap? What if all the pain you feel, the loneliness, the anxiety, the exhaustion, is not a sign that you are broken, but a sign that you are human? What if that pain is simply the alarm bell, screaming at you that you have become disconnected from your own soul? There was a man named Carl Rogers. He was one of the most important psychologists of the 20th century. And he had a word for this gap. He called it incongruence. It is the single most important word for understanding your life. Incongruence. It is the painful, agonizing distance between who you really are on the inside, your true feelings, your deepest desires, your real self, and the person you pretend to be on the outside for the world. This gap, this incongruence, is the source of our deepest suffering. It's the anxiety you feel when you're about to give a presentation. That anxiety is the fear that your mask of competence will slip, and the world will see the real you who feels terrified and unqualified. It's the depression that settles in like a fog. That fog is the exhaustion from holding up a mask for decades, the deep sadness of a real self that has been ignored, dismissed, and locked away for so long it has almost given up hope. It's the anger you feel, the rage that bubbles up at small things. That rage is your real self pounding on the walls of the prison you've built for it, begging to be seen, begging to be heard. We are not sick. We are incongruent. We are living lives that are not our own. We are chasing goals we were told to want. We are in relationships we think we should be in. We are saying yes when our entire soul is screaming no. And we do this, why? Because we are terrified that if we show our real self, we will be rejected. We will be alone. We will be unloved. And so we choose to be safe and inauthentic, and in doing so, we guarantee the very loneliness we were trying to avoid. The people who touched you deeply, the ones you remember with a sacred kind of reverence, they had the opposite of this. They were congruent. They were whole. What you felt from them wasn't a technique. It was their very being. They were not divided. The person on the inside was the same as the person on the outside. They were real. And their realness was a mirror that showed you your own. This is the turning point. The solution isn't another mask. The solution isn't to become a better performer. The solution is a journey back to you. And before we continue this journey, I need to know who is with me. De qual cidade ou país você está me assistindo agora? Deixo aqui nos comentários. Esse assunto já te toco de alguma forma, faça sua inscrição no canal. A sua inscrição que nos ajuda a continuar trazendo essa mensagem. So, how did this gap, this incongruence, even start? This is the labyrinth. We are all born into it, but we can't see the walls. Carl Rogers explained that we are born whole. As a tiny baby, you were perfectly congruent. When you were hungry, you cried. When you were happy, you laughed. You were a perfect, authentic expression of your feelings. You had a real self and you showed it to the world, 100% of the time. Then, the world began to teach you. You started to receive messages. Not just with words, but with looks, with sighs, with silences. You run into the living room, muddy and screaming with joy from playing outside. Your mother sighs, looks at your dirty clothes, and says, "Why are you always such a mess? Go clean up. You're being too loud." The message is sent. The real you, joyful, energetic, spontaneous, is bad. It causes disapproval. It causes the withdrawal of love. So, you create a new self. An ideal self. The ideal self is the clean boy. The quiet girl. The good student. This is the beginning of the gap. You learn very quickly that the real self gets punished, but the ideal self gets rewarded. This creates what Rogers called conditions of worth. These are the invisible rules, the toxic contracts you signed in childhood without ever realizing it. They all follow the same formula: I will only be loved if I will only be valued if. I am only a good person if. If I get good grades. If I am quiet and agreeable. If I don't cause trouble. If I am successful. If I am strong and never cry. If I put everyone else's needs before my own. If I am thin, or beautiful, or rich, or powerful. Your entire life becomes a desperate, frantic chase to meet these conditions of worth. You believe, in your core, that your worth as a human being is not inherent. It is conditional. It must be earned, every single day. And the real self? The part of you that is messy, sad, angry, confused, or just wants to rest. You are taught that this real self is the enemy. It is the thing that will make you fail the conditions. It is the thing that will make you unlovable. So you disown it. You lock it in the basement of your psyche. You spend all your energy polishing the ideal self, the mask. You go to college, not for the major you love, like art or philosophy, but for the major your parents said was safe, like law or business. The condition of worth, I am only valuable if I am successful and secure. You stay in a relationship that is slowly killing your spirit. You don't love the person. You don't feel seen. But you stay. The condition of worth, I am only a good person if I am in a relationship. Being alone is failure. You are at work, and your boss asks everyone to stay late on a Friday. Your real self is screaming. You are exhausted. You miss your family. You want to say no. But the ideal self takes over. The good employee. The team player. And you say, of course, no problem. The condition of worth, I am only worthy of my job if I am always agreeable and never a burden. This is the labyrinth. Your entire life is dictated by a ghost, this ideal self, chasing rules that were programmed into you before you could even defend yourself. And the real self? It's still down there. It's the source of your intuition, your gut feelings. It's the quiet voice you hear saying, this is wrong. This isn't you. But you've been trained to ignore that voice. You've been trained to see that voice as your enemy. This is the tragedy of incongruence. You become a stranger to yourself, living a life that doesn't belong to you, all to earn the love of people by hiding the only part of you that is actually real. Now, think about that person again. The one who touched your soul. They didn't just see your mask. Everyone sees the mask. They didn't judge your mask. Many people do. They didn't try to rip your mask off. That would be terrifying. They did something far more profound. Their very presence, their way of being, created a space so safe, that your real self voluntarily peeked out from behind the mask, maybe for the first time in years. They were not trying to change you. They were not trying to fix you. They were simply meeting you. And in that meeting, you felt whole. So, what is the key? What is the aha moment? What did these people do? The great revelation is this: the most powerful force for change in a human being is not advice. It is not criticism. It is not technique. It is acceptance. Radical, unconditional, profound acceptance. The people who touched you deeply, even in their silence, were masters of this. Carl Rogers called it unconditional positive regard. It's the opposite of the conditions of worth that rule the world. Conditions of worth say, I will love you if. Unconditional positive regard says, I see you. I see your mess. I see your flaws. I see your contradictions. I see your anger and your fear. And I am still here. You are worthy of love and respect, period. Not if. Period. This is the key that unlocks the human soul. When you encounter this, it's like a person dying of thirst in the desert finally finding water. Their acceptance of you allows you to finally start accepting yourself. This isn't a hack. This is a state of being. And this state of being manifests in 7 hidden traits. These are the traits you felt from that person. These are the traits that changed you. Trait 1, radical presence. These people are not distracted. When they are with you, they are with you. Their mind isn't on their to-do list. They are not checking their phone. They are not waiting for their turn to talk. They are fully, completely present. Their attention is a focused beam of light. You feel it. It says, you matter. This moment matters. In a world of constant distraction, pure presence is the rarest and most healing gift. Trait 2, the absence of judgment. This is the true meaning of a safe space. You can tell them your most shameful secret, your darkest thought, your most broken feeling, and they do not flinch. They don't label you bad. They don't gasp. They don't rush to give you advice. They don't try to fix you. They just listen. Their lack of judgment is stunning. And in that space, for the first time, you are able to look at your own mess without judging yourself. Trait 3, authentic transparency. This is what Rogers called congruence. They are not wearing a mask. They are real. They are not pretending to be perfect. They are vulnerable. They are honest. They are the same person on the inside as they are on the outside. You trust them, not because of what they say, but because you can feel their authenticity. You cannot be real with a fake person. Their realness is an invitation for your real self to come out. Trait 4, the safety to be weak. In the rest of your life, you must perform. You must be strong. You must have the answers. Around this person, you don't. You can say, I don't know. You can say, I'm scared. You can say, I failed. You can fall apart. And you know, deep in your bones, that they will not abandon you. They are not afraid of your weakness. This safety is what allows true healing to begin. Trait 5, they see your potential, not your problem. When you look at yourself, you see the incongruence. You see the failed ideal self and the bad, real self. You see your mistakes. But they don't. They look at you, and they see the real self that is buried underneath. They see the acorn, not just the mud it's in. They see the potential, the goodness, the core of you. And the way they look at you, it makes you start to believe in that core self, too. Trait 6, the power of their silence. This is the one that is so often missed. These people are masters of empathic listening. They are not afraid of silence. The world is terrified of silence, so we fill it with noise, chatter, and cheap advice. But they don't. Their silence is not empty. It is full. It is a container. It holds your words, your pain, your confusion. In their active, supportive silence, you finally get to hear yourself think. The solution to your problem often comes from you, in the space they create. Trait 7, they make you feel like yourself. This is the sum of all the parts. In their presence, the gap closes. The incongruence melts away. The masks become unnecessary. You don't have to perform. You don't have to pretend. You feel your shoulders drop. You feel your breathing deepen. You feel, you. The person you are around them is the person you wish you could be all the time. It is your real self, finally feeling safe enough to come into the light. They didn't touch you with their words. They touched you with their acceptance. They touched you with their presence. They touched you with their congruence. Essa revelação fez sentido para você. Eu quero muito saber sua opinião. E se você chega aqui, é porque você faz parte dos 1% que buscam evoluir de verdade. Então, se você ainda não fez, se inscreva agora para não perder o próximo vídeo e me diga de qual cidade você conseguiu chegar at OFIM. The journey isn't just about finding these rare people. The journey is about becoming one. The revelation is that everything you felt from them, that presence, that acceptance, that safety, is not something they gave you. It is something they awakened in you. It is your own real self responding to theirs. The path forward is not to search the world for more of these people. The path forward is to begin the brave, terrifying, and beautiful journey of becoming this person, for yourself. It is the journey of congruence. It is the practice of listening to your own real self. It's the practice of noticing your conditions of worth and choosing to reject them. It's the small, daily act of choosing authenticity over performance. It's saying no when you mean no. It's admitting when you are scared. It's allowing yourself to rest when you are tired, instead of pushing yourself to meet an impossible ideal. It's the process of treating yourself with unconditional positive regard. It is the journey of taking off your own masks, one by one. Remember the person from part 1? The one who was exhausted, lonely, and suffocating under the weight of their own performance. That person was living in the dark, in the labyrinth of the ideal self. The person you are becoming is walking into the light. It's not an easy path. It is perhaps the hardest work a human can do. It means being vulnerable. It means disappointing people who are used to your mask. But the reward is freedom. It is the freedom of not having to pretend. It is the peace that comes from being whole. It is the deep, lasting, real connection you create with others when you are brave enough to be real. You stop being a performer, desperately seeking applause. And you become a presence. A safe harbor. The kind of person who, just by being themselves, touches others deeply, even in silence. We started this journey by asking when was the last time you felt truly seen by someone else. We ended with a new question. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to be truly, unconditionally, real?